Hello and welcome to the High School Huddle Softball Show. Along with Tony Wilson, I'm Chris Evans. It is hot out there. Continues to be hot, Tony. It was hot last week. It's hot this week. And the 5 plus 7 plus 9, whatever forecast you watch, the extra days, it's going to be hot as well. And we got these athletes out there participating in it at a high level.
Can you imagine being on turf right now?
Woo! I saw a couple games yesterday on turf, and I was like, "My good!" Highlights. I actually took the easy way out last night. Went to volleyball indoors.
Yeah, you did take the easy way out.
I took in some volleyball on the other night, but man, I just feel. I know they're trying to put the games a little bit later and later. But that doesn't mean JV's not playing. I tuned into one of your broadcasts, and there they were. Not on turf, though, so that helped.
No, this is unsubstantiated, but it's been told or being told that Bristow heat gunned their turf, and it was 160.
Wow, I believe it.
Now, the Lady Lions played at Kellyville yesterday. They have a new turf with the black, the
pellet?
Yes, the pellets.
Yeah.
And it's a dark turf.
Oh.
So I called Coach Herring last night. And I said, "What was that temperature like?" He's, "Man, it was rough." But
man, I can only imagine. Man, we got a fantastic show. We got some great tournaments this week. We're going to take a look at all the classes, and our special guest this week is a name familiar to winning at a high level, and Tylor Lampkin at Washington High School.
Yeah, Coach Lampkin does a great job down there with the Lady Warriors, and they're our nemesis in 3A, and they're going to be a nemesis for quite some while, and in everything that Washington does. And I told Coach Lampkin that just talk about how they build a culture and everything else, and how they get to be Washington. Yeah,
there's no doubt. And they got not only their softball program, but they got it rocking and rolling in a lot of sports in Washington, Oklahoma. So
sure.
Looking forward to that here in just a few moments. As I mentioned, there are some tournaments that we're going to get into probably a little bit later on, but including the Hall of Fame Festival in Oklahoma City.
Yeah, it's always a big one, and they bring in teams from all over the state, and they'll just play 3 games at Hall of Fame, and they try to rotate everybody around so they can play on fields 2, 3, and 4, and have a lot of the teams be able to play. Of course, not everybody can, but on the main field. But that's it's a great experience for those young ladies, and their family members and parents get to see that they get to play on the Mecca field, if you will.
Yeah. Well, there's a lot to talk about, and we're going to get Coach Lampkin here in just one second. There's one team I was going through some stats and scores. I think might not be the right word to use, the hottest, because it's so dang hot outside. But I think there's a lot of undefeated teams right now playing well. But I think there's one team that sticks out to me.
I think I know who you're going to say.
I'm going to go.
I could guess.
You want to guess who I think it might be?
Yes.
Okay, because you can guess, and then you probably go in more detail. But who do you think? Blanchard Lions, absolutely.
Yes, and
what a start they're off to.
They're undefeated in Class 4A, and they were runners up last year versus Lone Grove. But this year, Chris, they really have gotten off to a tremendous start, and they've. We'll talk a little bit more in depth about them a little bit later. But man, Coach Stringer's got them going on. Blake down there at Blanchard, I talked to him on Monday, and he's really excited about the potential. And they're getting one of their pitchers back. Hurt her arm a little bit, but she early in the summer, but she's coming back just to bolster them even further.
Well, just a sneak peek into Blanchard. They have beaten Choctaw and Mustang. Tells me all I need to know right now. And oh, by the way, take a look at the Heart of Oklahoma tournament coming up. Washington is on the schedule. So we're going to talk to Coach Lampkin about that. But yeah, Blanchard, as you said, we'll get into a little bit more. But man, they're winning by big margins, too.
Really are. They scored 51 runs in their first 3 games.
Yeah.
But if I didn't have a prior engagement Friday night, I would endure the heat to go watch Blanchard and Washington play at Washington.
Now, state championships aren't won in August.
No.
So you don't want to be peaking right now, but man, it's off to a great start. Blanchard's been there, as you mentioned, in the finals, so they'll be fine. They'll be there toward the end as well, so that's going to be fun to watch. We'll talk more about them and all the other classes as well, but we're going to take our first break. When we come back, the head man over at Washington, Tylor Lampkin, joins us here on the High School Huddle. Back in a moment. Welcome back, High School Huddle. Tony Wilson, Chris Evans with you. as softball underway. By the way, the photo up there, big thank you to Hunter Shepard Photography. Always does a great job of capturing all the photos. And if you have a photo of your favorite softball player or a great shot, send it to us at the High School Huddle, highschoolhuddle@gmail.com. Be glad to put you on display here. Hunter Shepard has the first 2 weeks behind us, so he's off to a good start.
He'll probably have a bunch of the weeks behind us for football and for baseball, softball, whatever other sport you can conjure up.
Speaking of Hunter, good time to bring in Washington, right?
Oh, yeah. Nice segue, Chris.
Nice segue. We bring in the head coach of the Washington Warriors, Coach Tylor Lampkin.
No, it's the Fighting Hunter Shepherds, right?
It's the Fighting Hunter Shepherds, yeah.
Fighting Hunter Shepherds, yeah, exactly.
I'm sure Hunter's got a good photo or two of you, Coach.
There's probably some that he has that I don't want anybody to see if I know Hunter the way that I think I do.
I got his Venmo. I bet we can get him.
Yeah, I bet so.
Coach, you realize Hunter is kind of a statewide deal. I mean, he is everywhere, not only everywhere, but everybody knows him. We were at the All-State games. I had some folks that live here. He goes, "What's your friend's name? He's down there taking photos. I need to donate to him." He's everywhere.
He is, and he kind of made the jump and got to do some pro softball this summer, and he traveled to Oregon, up to Chicago, I think. Yeah, he went down to Texas a little bit, so. It's kind of cool. He started hanging around and getting around here about 4 years ago, and it's just been really cool to see his journey and just watch him. A kid that's got the things that he's had to deal with and those type of things. Get to see his journey, and it's just really, really cool to see him travel and do all those things. It's awesome.
It's amazing. He came up to Guthrie, where I live, and he took in Guthrie Blanchard football game. And he knocked my door at 7:00 in the morning, and it was like, oh my gosh, Hunter Shepard is on my couch at 7:00 in the morning. But it was nonstop. I took him to City Hall. We went to I gave him the Guthrie tour the best I could, and he was a little celebrity as well. So
absolutely,
he's fun to watch. Well, Coach, man, this weather we talked about it, 108, 109 degrees this week. How are you fighting this weather?
It has been brutal. We've been fortunate enough to we pushed some games back. We didn't start till about 6:30 last night, and so we've been able to fight it a little bit. But yeah, this heat it's unreal. We canceled our junior high games the last couple of days just because it was too much. And it's not really necessarily even the gameplay. It's more of the travel and having to get on a bus and putting those kids on a hot bus. And I know air conditioning can only do so much on those things. So that's it more than anything, is actually just getting to the games. Once you get to the games and kind of get going, it's not awful, but so there's a lot of that we've been having to battle.
What's the secret sauce in Washington? Basketball, softball, football. I'm leaving somebody out, but baseball. Yeah. Sorry, Coach. But what's the sauce in Washington, Oklahoma?
Man, we're very, very fortunate. Just the community we have, just the support. I don't know how many people were. You kind of get caught up in it, but turn around and look in the middle of a game last night, and it's packed out there on a blazing hot Tuesday night. You wouldn't expect it to be what it was. Like you said, 100 and something degrees, and I look up and our stands and all the way down the sides are completely packed for a midweek game. So that it's just the community that we have and the love that our people have for our kids. And then I think it really goes back to us as a whole coaching staff. I've never been a part of a whole coaching staff that just really, really supports each other. There's nothing here that we're competing against each other, trying to pull kids one way or another. I mean, we full on support each other as much as we can all the time, and these guys that I have in football and baseball and basketball and everything, we're all pretty tight knit, and we're here for each other, and we know we have each other's back. So I think that kind of feeds off of each other, and helps build all of our programs.
Coach, I know you're off to a great start, 9-0 as we record this. You got a big tournament, the Heart of Oklahoma. Talk about you've won so many state championships, and how you keep your girls at a high level. You got to play district games. You got to play a tough schedule, but how do you keep them motivated week in and week out? Because it's August, state tournament's not until October. How do you keep that motivation going when your heavy favorite's going to a particular night?
Yeah, it can be tough at times, but I try to tell our girls every day when we show up, it doesn't matter who we're playing. we're everybody's state championship,
Yep.
and that's kind of how we have to take the mindset of it, and it does get it. We do get in a lull. It kind of gets one of those deals like we know our girls are smart enough. They've been around the game enough to know that there's some nights that they know they don't have to necessarily always be their best, but we know that whoever's in the other dugout that they're playing their state championship that night because they're playing us. So that's kind of the mindset we have to have with it, and that's kind of the mindset that we've taken with it is we've just got to always be our best because we know we're going to try to get everybody's best shot.
I'm sure that, junior high programs, you see that, freshmen see that, and it's their job to continue that success as well. So I'm sure that plays a motivating factor as well.
Absolutely. We're probably one of the 5 teams that, in the state that's got as many players as we do, especially at our level. And we've got tremendous underclassmen that are freshmen and sophomores that could probably be starting on 90 to 95% of the teams in our class, and they're just having to wait their turn. And that's the little bit of the hard part of my job is trying to find time to get those guys in, to get them innings and get them in big situations. Lucky enough, the last couple of years we've been able to hire a couple extra coaches, and we've been able to put those young guys in in JV tournament or JV team, but they're in varsity tournaments, and so that's kind of been the thing is our kids know, hey, if I'm not performing, they're going to come over to buy us. So it kind of feeds itself on that for sure.
I mean, I tried to answer a call for him, but they were looking for somebody, and I wanted the Jeff Colbeth NIL deal down there, but Coach Lampkin, he didn't respond back. So, but talk about the softball looking like a beach ball, Coach, for your hitters. You scored 108 runs while giving up a minuscule 3. I mean, that's those numbers aren't really typically. I mean, those are PlayStation numbers, but that's what Washington softball is.
Yeah, I mean, our girls they are seeing it really, really well right now, and I laugh because we have what I would say has probably been one of the best, if not the best, softball player to come through the school and on the team this year, and we've got quite a few home runs already on the year, and she's yet to hit one, and she led the team with
Ava,
I think. Yeah, Ava Salcedo. She led the team with like 20 last year, and she's yet to hit one. So I'm just like, well, when she gets hot, maybe it'll keep rolling for everybody else as well. But yeah, I mean, our girls spend a ton of time. We've got a great indoor. They spend a ton of time up here on their own or even with their parents. I'll show up to the field on a weekend, and there'll be 6 or 7 kids up there with a dad or with a mom, and they're out there hitting, all the time. We had some work that we needed to do last week, and I had no idea they were up here, and get up here, and there's a handful of them out here just taking ground balls, fly balls, and hitting and all that good stuff. So they do a lot of that, on their own. When we actually have time to practice it's obviously those things that we get to work on, but it's pretty awesome to see their hard work pay off.
Do you have to instill a level of expectation for these girls, or do they already understand before they get to you?
They better understand.
Yeah. We have to put it in at each. I mean, there's certain little things that we have to put in each day, and there's those things. But these girls, they also know, like I said earlier, it's the competition thing. They know if they're not performing and they're not holding their end of the bargain, that they're going to have to come over and sit. And we do have a good number of upperclassmen, and these girls have waited their turn, and they've been on some really good teams the last 2 years, and they don't want to be over on the side, when it comes to this year and it being their senior year or their junior year. They want to be out there giving it the best that they can.
Speaking with Washington head coach Tylor Lampkin. Coach, talk about the offense in pass and softball. It's still the same today, but pitching has been the dominant. Are the offenses kind of catching up to that, not only in high school but also collegiate?
Yeah, I think it really is. I think you see it all over. I mean, when it gets down to it, and you get late in the season, I think pitching always weighs more. I think that's always the biggest thing. But you're seeing it at every level, just how much used to. I remember when I first got into coaching, if there was a girl throwing 60, there wasn't hardly anybody touching it. And now, 60 is just a regular thing for these girls. It's not anything to see, velocity, and these girls are hitting velocity at a really high level now. So it's not as much. So now our pitchers are having to go back and, reshape their game of I might be able to throw it really hard, but I'm going to have to throw 2 or 3 pitches at different eye levels, different spins, and different things like that. So our hitters have definitely caught up and probably exceeded the pitching. It's still one of those deals that pitching does win the big games, but it's kind of neat to see how it goes back and forth.
Well, we had a pretty good one in the circle last year, but somehow we gave up 9 runs. I'm still not figuring that one out, but nonetheless, but that was a good ball game, and that was a lot of fun there at in the state championship game. But what with somebody like Ava and her leadership qualities, how does she handle? Is she your go-to person when you need to get the girls' attention?
Like I said, we've got 7 seniors on the team this year, and these girls, all of these girls, we've got 4 of them that have been playing quite a bit, since they were freshmen. Our shortstop, Daphne Plumbo, she's started every game as a freshman on a team, that was state runner-up and at third base, and then she's moved over. I think it's just kind of day to day on who's feeling a lot of it. This year, actually, Rayleigh Atkins, who plays first base for us, she is our kind of was our voted as our team captain. We kind of do we started this last year, and it's a team vote and those type of things. And she's just got a lot of leadership, and a lot of people know that she cares about them and those type of things. But yeah, Ava does a good job as well. She's our energy, I would say. We can always tell how our games are going to go just by her energy. If she's kind of down in the dumps that day, we're going to kind of drag a little bit. If she's juiced and she wants to be playing, it's going to be a good day for us usually. So she's definitely that person for us, no doubt.
We'll talk about Friday night with the Heart of Oklahoma tournament. You got the Blanchard Lions on the schedule, and that's going to be probably the marquee game of, I would say, one of the marquee games for the regular season, regardless of class. Blanchard, Coach Stringer, really is putting on a show as well over there, and talk about how good that game's going to be.
Yeah, that bunch of girls that he's got, we've been competing against them since they were in junior high, and they are a really really good bunch. And Coach Stringer does a great job, and we're that's one we're excited for. When they started trying kind of draw it up, the tournament that we have, there's one district, 4A district, that's got 3 teams in it, so it was kind of, we had to maneuver some things around, and I told them, hey, we'll play them, not a big deal. We needed to get a good game in, and those guys have been just killing the ball as well. I think I saw last night they hit 5 or 6 home runs last night, down at Pauls Valley, and Pauls Valley is a really quality team, and the thing that I don't know that how many people know, but they've done all this without their best pitcher, who's probably one of the top 5 pitchers in the entire state, through the first week and a half. And
I think she comes back next week, right?
I think she'll be back. I think she's getting released today, from what I was told.
Yeah.
Perfect timing. It's all about timing.
Yeah, it's all about timing.
Welcome to Friday night.
Yeah, exactly. And that's how we would want it. That's how we would want it.
Absolutely.
That's that they would want our best, and we would want their best as well. And I know they actually play Tuttle right before us, so that's going to be another really good game right before we play. And so seeing we're deciding what they're going to do. Pitching wise, it's going to be interesting. But they go out and beat Mustang last week, and they have three of their main starters, upperclassmen, that were gone to college camps. And so for them to go out and do that just says the depth that they have and the things that they can do. But the pitching in 4A is unreal this year. You've got Riley Brack over at Blanchard, then you got Bradley Spence down at Long Grove. Those two are two of the best arms that I've ever seen. Yeah. Oh my gosh, those are 2 of the best arms I've seen. So, we're excited to get out there and get on the field with those guys.
All right, Coach Lampkin, you're the one man rules committee. What one rule are you changing next year in softball?
Oh man, I would say, just because I think it's the thing that everybody has talked about, is probably being able to do like the pitch calm or the wristband deals for right now. We can only do it to the catcher, and we're since we play in the fall, we're always a year behind the rule changes. So when they change a rule, or it gets approved, we don't get it until a full year. Like, so all the teams that play in the spring, they'll get it in the spring. They have changed it where pitchers and catchers can use it now, but I mean, I don't really see the advantage of everybody not being able to have it. So I think that would probably, just off the top of my head, be the one that I would say is the one that I would like to see, just where everybody can use those and make it simpler.
Is it really needed? I mean, how hard is it to give a sign?
I don't know that it's necessarily needed. I think it's just one of those deals, just depending on how many people can do their homework, and it's other things that people can pick up on, and those type of things. So, and man,
That's what I'm
those
for.
things, yeah, those things are expensive anyway. The whole system, just from being in the travel ball world, we've messed with them a little bit. I mean, like, to get a system for the whole team's like $4,000. It's absurd, and
Piece
so.
of cake at Washington, no problem.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So that would be the only thing I would see. Other than that, I don't think there's any big rule changes that I would see that need to be changed right now.
See, you brought up the two words that I want to ask about, and those are travel ball. How do
Yep.
you, as a head coach for a high school program, as successful as you are, do you interact with your girls about who they play for or where they go, or do you try to get them to the best places, or how do you handle that?
Yeah, we try to get them on the teams, the best teams that we can. I try to identify, which players are at what level, and then make those calls to those coaches that are coaching those teams, and that I've got a lot of faith in and a lot of trust in, that I know is going to help get our kids to the next level. I don't know just number for number, but I would say, just since I've been at Washington, that we've probably put out as many college players as
Sure.
anybody. I think we've got 5 at the Division I level right now, and we've got 4 other commits at that level right now. So we're putting out those players, but a lot of that is just because the places that they're going to play in the summer and the things that they're going to do and the teams that they're on. So I got a lot of good relationships with a lot of the organizations, and those guys that I know, the ones that I trust and are going to take care of our girls and put them in the right situation.
Well, you were the first call I made when Chris called me and asked me about doing the show, and you and I both agreed that I think this show can be extremely huge, and just talk about the overall aspect of softball in Oklahoma and how good it is and how big it's getting.
I mean, I think it started, if I remember right, probably like 6 years ago. I think at one time we had the JUCO D1, the JUCO D2, NAIA, Division II, and Division I, all number 1 ranked teams in the country were all Oklahoma teams. So I mean, that it's if it's starting at the college level, and it's going to feed down to us. And the kind of cool thing about that was outside of OU that year, the majority of those teams were filled with Oklahoma kids.
Sure.
With Seminole, I think was ranked number 1 at the time.
USAO.
Oklahoma City, yeah, USAO and Oklahoma City was ranked number 1 and number 2. Murray State was ranked number 1, and those guys they continue to fill. Yeah, they continue to fill their teams with Oklahoma kids, and they're going out and competing and winning national championships at a high level. Roger State won it a couple years ago, and they had a ton of Oklahoma kids on their team, and I think that just goes to show the level of athletes that we're putting out, and the caliber of athletes, of softball athletes that we're putting out.
And it's a reminder, you don't have to go to OU or OSU to have a fun, high-level collegiate athletic career as well. A lot of people get hung up on that D1 stuff, but as you mentioned, you just went through the list of all the great colleges in Oklahoma and the great softball, and I love seeing the Oklahoma kids. OU and OSU have kind of gone to the national. They got 15 people from California and 10 from Texas, so there's only a handful of Oklahomans that can make it. Okay, if I'm going to Washington, Oklahoma, Coach, where am I going to eat dinner at? I think I might be down south here in a couple of weeks. Where do I need to go?
Well, if you're coming from the north, I would tell you just to pull off there and stop in at Libby's. That's probably the number one. Anything else in town? There's really not much here in town. We got a little cafe, but it shuts down at about 3. It shuts down,
which means it's
3,
good.
So, which means it's good, yeah. And then we got a new little pizza place that one of our local families opened up, a Simple Simon's Pizza downtown. That it's really good. But that's really about the main just overall food places we have. But Libby's is good. Now, if you want to travel over to Purcell, you can't go wrong with Joe's Pizza. It's one of the best.
Man.
It's one of those good ones around. I know.
You haven't
I
mentioned
know.
Tony
hurtful.
yet. You're 0 for 2, Tony. You need
God.
you don't have a
Come
betting
on,
average
Coach.
yet.
Hey,
I thought we were
got you.
friends.
We are. We're good. I'm just saying for around here to be able to run down the street, it's a pretty good one. But
I've set up in Washington a few times.
Well,
there by the snow cone stand.
your fees. I mean, you
Yeah.
gotta get you there.
Yeah.
yeah, we got to get him down here a little bit.
I don't
more.
have
We
any
got-
Washington
we got-
gear.
We got the 4-way stop here. We don't have a stoplight here in town, so we got the 4-way stop by the snow cone stand that the food trucks set up at quite often. So it's kind of hit and miss who you get at night. You'll run into a good food truck up there, and we've got quite a few of those that are pretty regular. So it's there's some decent places to eat every once in a while.
Coach, off to a great start. And I know your girls are ready. I'm hoping for some cooler temperature for your girls and for all the girls across the state of Oklahoma. But, man, a lot of good things happening in Washington, Oklahoma.
Yeah, I mean, we hopefully we'll get some cooler weather. I don't see it coming, but we'll I'm waiting for that cold front that gets it down to like 98 or 99. We'll call it good with that. But yeah, always blessed to be a Washington Warrior, and football starting up and everything's getting a little exciting around here. They're gonna have a big scrimmage tomorrow night, Lincoln and Tuttle, so that'll be a good one over there as well. So
Yeah, that's an
Where's that one going to be?
at Tuttle.
Yeah.
I know where I may be going.
Yeah,
that place will
yeah.
be packed.
Packed. Hey, when you're talking about it, what an awesome facility that is. We drove over there the other day to play Tuttle. My goodness, that football stadium is
Junior
unreal
UCO.
now. Yeah, my goodness.
18 million can go a long ways. That's for sure.
It can. It can for sure.
Well, Tuttle's also hosting the Heart of Oklahoma tournament as well, along with you guys. So that will be a fun tournament. And, man, nice to meet you. Great conversation. And I'm sure we'll see you somewhere come October.
Yeah, absolutely. I appreciate you guys. Thank you for taking time out of your day to help grow our sport. We feel like we got a good product in the state of Oklahoma, but we appreciate all the things that you guys are doing as well.
Absolutely.
Thanks,
you, Coach.
Tyler. Appreciate it.
All right, we'll see you.
All right.
Tylor Lampkin, the head coach of the Washington Warriors, and you look at all the state championships. They have 60 for the entire Washington athletic program. A lot of those slow pitch softball and fast pitch softball, and you got to have
Basketball,
athletes. Yeah,
track,
right. But you got to have the
football.
athletes to win it. But the coaches got to put them in the spots, and you just communicating with him, you can see why Washington's at the level they are.
I mean, you've had Brad Beller, the football coach, Jeff Colbeth, baseball,
Yep.
Simons, everybody that's involved at Washington. I mean, I've never come across one of them that seemed to be in a bad mood.
Yeah.
Now, winning breeds stuff like
Winning
that
helps,
for sure.
sure.
But I'm not saying they're angry coaches out there. Don't get me wrong, but I'm just saying that these guys and gals, and that's what it takes is a cohesiveness group that doesn't seek individual attention and accolades to where it's just everybody's pulling on the same chain to get the same result. And they, in my opinion, and I know Breck Draper will probably reach out to me with this comment, but they're the model, in my opinion, of how it should be.
Well, again, appreciate Washington coach Tylor Lampkin join us. We're going to take our break. When we come back, Tony and I are going to dig in a little bit of each class, 6A all the way down, and see what happened this last week, what's coming up this week. So we got a whole lot more to go here on the High School Huddle. Welcome back inside the High School Huddle softball show. Tony Wilson, Chris Evans with you. Our number two show. Off to a great start so far. 2 for 2 on coach interviews as well. Nice job getting those, Tony.
Thanks, sir.
And I think that's a big part of the shows, those coach interviews.
Yeah, I've got some more lined up, and next week is going to be a really interesting one, I think. It'll be Aisha Cole over at Oilton.
The Oilers?
Class B school.
Yeah.
And they are dynamite.
Okay.
5 freshmen and a sophomore for Coach Asa Cole, and they are have arguably, I've been told by numerous people, the best athlete on the team is about a 5'9" freshman shortstop that can just flat go, and they say she's probably the best athlete in Creek County.
Wow.
So I'm interested to I'll talk to Coach Cole here, and we'll get her set up and have her on hopefully for next week's show.
That'd be awesome.
And I think
awesome.
Coach Stringer Blanchard will be the following week. So
Perfect. Keep them coming here, and don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel so when we go live, you can be notified. If we have recordings, you'll be notified of those. So we're trying to build up our YouTube page, our homepage. We went to it last year for the first time, and we had a nice following on another page, and we thought, well, High School Huddle's got to have its own dedicated page, and so we kind of started over last year. So if you can help us spread the word, subscribe, we would certainly appreciate that. Might as well subscribe to Chandler Lion TV when you're there too.
And also, if you see requests come in on your game changer, that's me, and that helps me be able to promote your players even more so. So we'll have some names here coming up as we go through these classes.
Yeah, and we mentioned the Hall of Fame tournament over at the festival in Oklahoma City, and we also mentioned the Heart of Oklahoma tournament over in Tuttle and Washington, but there's some other great ones as well. Cub Doug.
Yeah, Covington Douglas is having one, and they're having a festival along with Rock Creek down in the southeast part of the state. And if you want to go to the polar opposite part of the state, you can go to Beaver and watch them, and then up north at Blackwell, they'll all And that was just some of the ones I was able to locate, but I'm sure there are others across the state. And it's usually first full week of softball, the tournaments will pop off, and sometimes they'll have them early on to be able to get in district games. But even Coach Lampkin was saying last night that he only has 3 district games remaining because they'll play. A lot of teams have now gone to the doubleheader district game variety to cut down on travel for one team or the other. I know we were at Mulligan played a double dip over there.
And to be honest with you, if I'm in Washington's district,
I want to get it over now. I
want to get it out of the way. Yes, yeah. Get it out of the way. Let me get what's coming to me. Let me get what's coming to me, and then we can concentrate on the rest of the season.
We'll be good.
There's some other examples out there, but Washington's near the top.
We talked on the break, Chris, though, and just like we talked on the break, do you put value into a quality loss? I know coaches don't like losses, but sometimes you just got to understand that the team that you're playing is David and you're Goliath, and although Goliath, you know how that all finished, but David primarily comes out on top, right?
Absolutely, and I do put quality loss in there. I mean, if you're a team that has a tough schedule, kudos. And Coach Lampkin talked about the Blanchard girl coming back into the circle to pitch. And that's what we want. We want best on best. Sure. And he said it's good for his program, good for the girls. It's
good for softball.
Good for softball, good for us fans out there to watch it as well. We want to see the best go against the best.
Like I said, if I didn't have something to do, I would definitely I'd be there to watch just because of how good of a game I think it's going to be.
Well, it's going to be high. So for all the fans, even the fans out there, stay hydrated as you watch.
Do you have your press credential yet? Can we get in the press box somewhere?
The one that the OSSAA issues out has not the link is not available yet. I don't think it's available till September.
Stop by and see Van Shea this morning.
I bet you they'll let you in the press box. I bet you'll get in there. So
I might know a couple people.
All right. Well, let's take a look at some of these classes individually, including Class 6A, Tony. There's just a handful of teams undefeated. Of course, I don't think any team is going undefeated in 6A softball, but the first 2 weeks are almost in the books, and there's a few teams undefeated.
Yes, and the one that you could typically understand that is perennial is Broken Arrow. They are off to a 7-0 start here in the young season, but the one that jumped off the sheet for me, Chris, was Enid.
Yes.
Enid has started out 7-0, and they have wins over Guthrie, Norman North, Kingfisher, Westmore, Edmond North, and that's good for that program. I mean, obviously football's non-competitive this year in their district play, so it's good to have somebody else step up in the limelight and showcase what is probably 7th, 8th biggest school in the state.
Yeah, Chris Jensen, the softball coach over there, and Coach Gore has the baseball program rocking and rolling over there. So baseball and softball in good hands over there in Enid. They're not the Lady Plainsmen. A lot of people think the Plainsmen are the boys. They're not. They're the Pacers. They're the Pacers over for Enid. But as you mentioned, came back, rallied to beat Guthrie on August 13th. So, Enid off and running. And Sand Springs, Tony, also 7-0. They are defending football state champions, but they remind everybody there's a little bit of softball being played over there as well.
Yeah, they're doing really well this season, and they're off to a hot start as well. And what do their wins look like, Chris? I'm
efforting Sand Springs, and for whatever reason, I'm not seeing I'm overlooking it, obviously, but
Yeah, we'll come back to it.
yeah, we can come back to it. Oh, there they are. I'm going to correct that. They're 8-0 now. Shelly Brown, the head coach over there. Let's see here. They played in the Broken Arrow tournament. It seemed like everybody played in the Broken Arrow
I
tournament.
think that was a festival.
Festival. Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, festival. So they beat Sequoia Tahlequah, not to be confused with Sequoia Claremore, because that happens all the time. Two different.
By Verdigris.
Beat Sapulpa, Newcastle, Westmore, Union, Grove, Ulaga, Talala. So they got some good wins on Sand Springs. So
All wins are good, right?
all wins. So Shelly Brown's got a good thing going over there. Choctaw, we had coach on last week, 5-1. They did go over and beat Mustang, so got a little bit of redemption there, but dropped one to Elgin 4-1.
Yeah, Lindsay was not happy about that one when I texted her about that, and she just you could see the mad face emojis coming across my phone before they ever got there, but I'm sure she had a few words for him about that. But
I'm sorry, beat Elgin 4-1. I'm sorry,
they lost to
Tuttle.
Yes.
Tuttle. No, Blanchard.
Yes, Blanchard beat both
Choctaw and Mustang.
Choctaw and Mustang.
Sorry.
Yes.
Beat Elgin. Let me get that right. 4-1. Beat Elgin. Lost to Blanchard, which we talked about that, and I don't know why. Had a brain fog there. So
sometimes that happens.
It happens.
You have
it
a lot
happens.
going, Chris.
Whew. All right. So that's a look at Class 6A.
Ronnie's team.
Ronnie's team.
Yeah. Prior Lady Tigers 5-0.
Yeah. They got the district football right there. They won. Football team won district.
Don't show up at their playoff game anymore, though.
Yeah. They're 0-1 when we show up there.
Yeah,
the quarterback got hurt though.
Yeah, don't blame that. I mean, softball's probably say, "Hey, we love you. We love the pub here on the high school huddle, a softball show, but just watch from a distance if you don't mind."
I've gotten to tour softball and baseball.
What a complex!
2 or 3 times now, and my son was playing some summer baseball, so I had some time to talk to some prior folks over there about their funding. But beautiful, beautiful facility, and they have one of the best tournaments to begin the season, festivals to begin the season. And man,
it's a showcase.
It is a showcase, and as you mentioned prior, a perfect 5-0 on the season, and beat Elgin, Guthrie, Carlisle, Bartlesville, and Booker T to begin their season.
Yeah, and there's more things to come at Pryor. I mean, they're finishing up the football indoor. They just passed a $98 million bond this past school year.
On top of Google.
On top of Google, yes.
Well, and when we look at 5A, Tahlequah has been so good, so close.
Right.
This might be possibly the year.
Well, they have 2 losses as I was looking, and we talked about that over the break, and those 2 losses are quality losses.
Mustang Tuttle, back to back.
Pretty 2 good teams. Rebecca Cobb there at Tuttle. I mean, she does a fantastic job with her programs, and Mustangs, Coach Darity. Need I say more? I mean, Lacey's great with those girls over there defending 6A champs. So those are and I'm a strong proponent of going to play a tough schedule. I mean, you can rack up all the wins you want, but if it doesn't prepare you for the playoffs, when you're going to see like teams, then what are we doing?
Right. Well, and you look at Tahlequah led by Coach Chris Ray, and we mentioned the losses Mustang and Tuttle, but when you look at 5A competition, which is where Tahlequah is at, beat Carl Albert 8-0, beat Guthrie 4-0. Those are 2 perennial state tournament teams. And then they also, I was hoping they played Pryor, but I'm sure that was perfectly to play later. But no, I think Tahlequah, very, very good team this year. It's going to be fun to watch, and I think they're going to win a lot of games like they have over the last several years. But Guthrie got a 13-5 victory over Kingfisher. Guthrie had, I think, 4 home runs. Tegan Denning out in center field is off to a great start. She's a sophomore, and Guthrie played a tough schedule again. They're starting to play really well. They've been in state tournament 5, 6. I've lost count how many years in a row.
Yep.
But they're a good program, and their schedule heavy at the beginning, but they should be there at the end as well.
Still heartbreak from Marta Hines Field for the Lady Jays
a few years back.
Yeah, but no, they've put together a great program, and they've been a household name in the state tournament and looking to continue that for sure.
Yeah, I think Duncan, they've had a couple really nice years, so we'll see what they are. They're off to a 4-2 start as well.
A friend of mine's daughter is a senior on that squad, so she was excited about the show. So, hi, Cherie.
So Pryor, the only undefeated team in 5A softball. I'm going and looking at their schedule, and they don't have all their games on here, but they should be pretty good. I don't see Pryor on here right now. That feels like a state championship game, so we'll just wait maybe till the end to see Tahlequah Pryor. So I'm hopefully see that for too long.
East side coming to the west side.
Yeah. Let's take a look at Class 4A. I know there's one team for sure that's undefeated in 4A softball because we've talked about them numerous times already. Blake Stringer's Blanchard Lady Lions.
Man.
Can I go over the resume?
Yes, please.
Okay. 1911 over Stillwater. Beat Duncan. Beat Bethel.
Tell them the numbers. I'll add them up for you.
Run scored?
Yes.
Okay. They scored 19 against Stillwater, 14 against Duncan, 18 against Bethel. Slow down. They only beat Claremore by 8.
Yeah.
Only beat Claremore by
Terrible.
8. Perry, 6. Beat Mustang. They scored 6. Combined 2 victories over Pauls Valley, combined for 30 runs in that game. And then they got the Heart of Oklahoma tournament this week.
Chris, that's 104-35.
Wow.
And you didn't even tell me the other numbers. So
You're correct. Yeah. Well, that's because you did homework.
Aren't you proud?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So, yeah, Blanchard, as I started off, I think that's the team that's like, whoa, look at this.
Well,
without their ace in the circle.
Yeah, and like Coach Lampkin said, and I talked to Coach Springer on Monday, and he told me that she's coming back, and she's a difference maker. And, bad news for everybody else, right?
Yeah.
I mean, if they're already doing this to teams, and I talked to Superintendent Brady Barnes, he got me in contact with Coach Springer, and so it's just runners up last year, lost 2-0 to Lone Grove, and we'll talk about them here in just a minute. And I don't know, some girl named Brayley Spence in the circle just seems to have an effect on people.
Woodward, another undefeated team at 7-0. Casey Jones up there in Northwest Oklahoma, and that's kind of thing we take a lot of pride here on the high school huddle is, the newspaper in the Tulsa area does a good job, and the paper in Oklahoma City does a pretty good job, and the paper in the Woodward does a pretty job. We'd like to encompass all of them. So I know a lot of people aren't talking about Woodward, but Casey Jones' team off to a 7-0 start. They had the Woodward tournament, and looks like they won their games there. So off to a good start, 5-4 victory over Bethany, a big district victory this week.
And that's why we started the show, is for us to be able to talk about all the areas of the state, which we want to do, and we welcome, information from wherever we can get it. And Chris has given you the high school email address, so send it to us, and we'd love to see it and love to incorporate it in the show and help grow softball.
So we got Pryor. We didn't get quite to Miami yet, and we got the Woodward, and we got the Beaver. We mentioned Beaver tournament over there, so we're working our way across the strait. Yeah, working our way across the strait. But okay, we buried the lead in 4A. Lone Grove also off to another great start, and there's a Griffin. I think his dad, David Griffin,
David,
just retired last year. Is that right?
Yeah, that was the 19th retirement for David. And,
yeah, he's got Guthrie ties, by the way.
He does. He has Chandler ties too.
Okay,
so he has ties there. I mean,
North Rock Creek ties, Lone Grove ties.
David's been doing this for 416 years, so therefore he's got ties to everywhere. One of the greatest people you ever meet.
Absolutely.
And his sister Cynthia is a cheer and a home economics teacher at Chandler, so she's always braggadocious about him and Chance, and they're just a great family, but David, instilled in Chance. You see a lot of David in Chance, and they coach similarly, and I want to say that Chance gave David his last loss.
Didn't they have a state tournament game?
Yes.
Griffin versus Griffin?
Yes. And I think that was David's last game. But
I think that's right. So
he'll be. I guarantee you, he'll be an assistant for Chance at some point in time. So
you have the Lone Grove numbers, because I have them here: 24, 25, 33, 38, 44, 56, 66 to 1.
65 to 1.
65 to 1.
Yes.
Wow.
Oh, there's some more staggering.
Oh, and by the way, that includes Carl Albert in that mix at 1-0 there.
Yeah, I looked at Carl Albert, and they're kind of down this year a little bit, or starting a little bit slower.
Correct, yes.
3-6, I think they are, and that was kind of intriguing to me as well. But I was kind of trying to focus more on the undefeated so far.
Sure.
And next week we can indulge into, some more teams that we think will be state tournament teams. But I suspect that Carl Albert will right the ship, and they'll be in the middle of the mix before long.
Well, we've gotten northeast, northwest Oklahoma. I don't think we've gone southeast yet. When you take a look
How far you want to go?
Let's go Broken Bow.
Oh, that's a long way.
Unless we're going to go Idabel.
Well,
I don't have
long ways down.
I don't have any Idabel notes. So
Broken Bow, they're averaging nearly 11 runs a game, and they came up and played in the Broken Arrow Festival as well, and they went 3-0 against 6A and 5A competition. So they're playing up as well, and I forgot to write the coach's name down there.
Yeah, they play in 4A District 6. Coach Jake Harris.
Yes, Jake Harris. That's correct. But they've put together a resume thus far, and they'll have some district games coming up that'll be pretty good as well.
Broken Bow went to the Broken Arrow Festival as well.
Yeah,
so
the two Brokens.
that was surely they stayed in a lodging area somewhere up there.
That would be quite the trip back and forth.
That
for
would
sure.
be quite
I don't
the
want
trip.
that booster club ticket.
No.
Sure.
So Jake Harris's crew off to a great start. They got a couple of district games coming up with Stigler and Idabel. I wonder if Idabel and Broken Bow have ever played each other in football. By the way, they got a great football program as well.
Man, you want to talk about rivals? Woo.
Yeah.
If that's not on your rivalry list for all sports, then you better do some research in a hurry.
4A's loaded, man. 4A, when you talk about football, you talk baseball, you talk softball, there's a lot of happenings in 4A.
I truly believe now, after Rule 14 happened with the association where some of the privates came down, like Lincoln Christian, Castle Hall, so forth and so on, 3A, 4A, I fully believe in my heart of hearts that 4A, top to bottom, all sports is the toughest classification in the state.
Yeah, the numbers and the wins and the championships show that. I mean, it's there's highly competitive games every year in all sports.
Yes.
Baseball, football, and softball really stick out to me.
They do.
In 4A athletics. So always a fun class. I think you mentioned Verdigris earlier when we were talking about the Sequoia, Tahlequahs, and Claremores.
Yeah, one of those names that you probably remember back from the day of your umpiring days. Brian Keith is captaining the ship at Verdigris, and man, another team that has really been beach balling the softball, if you will. 77-3 run margin this year. Team batting average of 442 and they only have 4 games, but they've got a hurler, a NSU commit, Ryland Stringfellow. She's her opponent batting average is .108. I mean, wow. 29 Ks on the season, and they've put together a squad, and it's just going on for them up there in Cardinal land. Mr. Mike Bunton up there, basketball coach. But
what about the Fighting Teddy Lamans?
Well, that would be Fort Gibson, and they're one of the more intriguing ones. I had to, after doing a little research there, they're under the direction of legendary coach Jerry Walker, and their lone losses to Stigler, and they're ripping the cover off the ball too and stymieing opponents at the plate, and it's just 77 runs while giving up only 6, and they have a sophomore, Bentley Smith, and she's hitting .647 on the early season. I mean, that's unheard of. And most teams, Chris, will have one pitcher, right?
Right.
I mean, they'll have that girl, but at Fort Gibson they have 4 in the circle, and their earned run average is 1.094, 48 Ks through that, and only giving up 10 hits with 6 runs.
Well, and Fort Gibson plays in 4A District number 8. You mentioned Jerry Walker's team. The only thing that makes me, looking at their schedule, he does have Sand Springs and Union and Coweta toward the end of their schedule to get them ready. But I think they will more than likely cruise through their regular season. I think the Sand Springs, Union, and the Coweta, I think we're perfectly placed at the end of the season to get them ready for high-level competition in 4A.
Yeah, and a lot of teams too, after they'll play that Monday game of regional week, and a lot of teams will go schedule somebody up classes or tough, and I suspect that they'll do that too. But those are some intriguing games there towards the end. But also Skyla Oden on that pitching staff, through 13 innings, she's allowed 2 hits, no runs, 23 of her 39 outs are strikeout variety. Hitters have a meager batting average of .051.
I think that trend will continue this season as well.
There's some great arms in the state of Oklahoma.
Yeah, there
man.
are.
It's some unbelievable pitching.
And we haven't got to 3A yet or 2A yet. So it is crazy. So
You mean the 16 classes in 2A, 16 districts in 2A?
I know. Yeah.
I wonder, that's kind of odd. We're going to have to get Mike Clark on.
That's a discussion for sure.
Yeah,
because it's a discussion in wrestling as well.
Sure.
Yeah.
We'll have Mike Clark on one week.
Yeah, that'd be good. That'd be good.
There's something else. So you was talking about if you're a one-man rule change person.
Yeah. Right.
Can I be that person?
Oh, you got it.
Yes. It's just verbiage, and it just drives me crazy. In softball, it's a point differential. Your plus minus points.
Right.
It should be plus minus runs. You have runs in softball and baseball. You don't have points. Points are for wrestling,
up to
basketball,
10?
football. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll get to one of those teams here in a minute. It might be coached by Tylor Lampkin and tell you about their plus minus runs.
Huh. Yeah.
They played 8 district games thus far. So what do you think their plus minus will be?
80 to.
Yeah, plus 80.
Yeah, plus 80.
Speaking of which, they almost lead the Class 3A one, but if we're ready for them.
Yeah, let's go. Let's definitely move to Class 3A.
So the Lady Eagles of Hennessy, I couldn't find all their games, and they haven't really had many scheduled between, but they've started out 3-0. They had a game this past Tuesday with Perry, kind of a close proximity there, but I couldn't find the score for that one through all my resources and searching.
How about I have no score. I have no score there. Yeah.
It didn't update.
Alva, Blackwell, Wacomas are their 3 victories.
Right, which anytime you start undefeated, that's a right step forward.
Yeah, 2 of those victories were by 1 run. So Geneva
battle
Nelson.
tested.
Yeah,
battle tested. If you can come back and win by a game, but. Well, the next one, and there's only one word to describe Washington, and that's Washington.
Yeah, and we had Tylor Lampkin on just moments ago, so if you we'll have that video, the interview by itself as well, if you want to check that on the high school huddle. Huebner, boy, I'm not sure last time I talked about Huebner athletics.
Man, Wolverines, is that right?
I think that is right.
I think it is right. I wouldn't swear to it. Where's Mark Rogers when you need him? They're starting out 6-0 with one.
He's not here, but he's kind of here. Yeah. I think you're right, but let's double check that.
What a great magazine, by the way. We need a softball one for that as well. But as much talent softball we have. But Huebner, they're 5-0 and 1-0 in district play, 6-0 overall. But due to that discussed run differential, I'm gonna go ahead and just run differential.
Huebner Wolves.
Wolves, yeah, Wolverines, not the Wolves, not the Wolverines, but they sit 3rd in their district in 3A6 just because they are +1 in run differential. And Westville sits atop the district with a +10 differential for their runs.
Rodell and Gunnar Sanders, both coaches?
Yeah. Dual
coaches.
Yeah. Okarchi has that too, right? Basketball. Husband and wife. I think they coach softball also.
Okay.
God, Brett, what is her name?
Can you give me time? We'll come back to it.
Sure.
Okay.
Obviously.
Yeah.
But just for people to understand, we talk about the run differential stuff. So district play, you could be same. I think the tiebreakers go like this: is head-to-head competition through your 2 games. If you split, then it goes to the runs, which is one of the tiebreakers, and then it even
runs. Is it runs or runs allowed?
I think it's run. It's your plus minus.
Okay, plus minus. Yeah.
So in your plus minus, if it's even, it even gets further into it, and then that's when it becomes convoluted of what happens. And I have no idea because we had that situation happen where I was on the phone with Mike Clark, going, "Okay, Mike, here's the situation." And reading the rule, I didn't argue with Mike, but I just expressed my opinion on the words of the rule.
All you can do is express your feelings.
Well, and he understood, and Mike's a very reasonable person as far as I'm concerned. I love Mike Clark to death. I think he's awesome for softball. He's a great guy at the association, and as all the people are, in my opinion. But so that's why we talk about the point differential, and you guys will talk about it with the Huddle a lot as well this season as well too.
Yeah. Let's go back northeast Oklahoma, Kansas. The Comets, led by Austin Graham, off to a nice 5-0 start. Couple of victories over Vian, district victory over Salina. Colcord took down the original hometown of Hunter Shepherd, Porham.
Oh man, it's terrible. Yeah. But did you like that though? The shooting for stardom as the Comets.
Oh, I didn't see that shooting for stardom. It's pretty good.
Yeah, the Comets are shooting for stardom at 7-0. They're starting out, but they too are a game behind or tied for the lead, but points behind Adair, and they will face off on I believe Monday the 24th. Is that right? Is that Monday or is that Tuesday? My days are all mixed up. I don't even know. I'm just being
24th is Monday.
Okay, so that'll be a good district ball game with those top two teams.
So Kingston is also undefeated at 3-0. Well, in district play, but they're 6-2 overall. And so Washington and Hennessy are the only two undefeated teams in Class 3A.
No, Huebner and Kansas.
Is that Miss Huebner?
Huebner and Kansas are as well.
Kansas 5-0. Yep, you're right.
Yeah.
You're right. We just talked about Huebner. I actually have Huebner 6-1.
They might have.
They lost their last game to Westville.
Well, that might have updated just recently.
Yeah, I think it just that. In fact, it did. Yeah, it actually took on the chin 21-6 in that ball game. So, all right.
Apologies.
Nope. Just clarifying there. So take a look at our final class in Class 2A. And before Tony goes over his notes, how about the Crescent Lady Tigers, undefeated right now? They're 6-0, little team in Western Logan County. Hinton, Visay, Union City, Okarche, Binger, Oni, and Watonga victories there. So good start off for Stephanie Riley's Tigers Ball Club. Dale, we'll talk about them here in just a second. They are perfect 7-0. And
see if you find the other one. I bet you haven't talked about their athletics in probably ever.
Ever?
Yeah.
I'm trying to see if they're undefeated. I think I'm looking for all the zeros, and I'm making my way back up to zeros. Dale 7-0, Crescent 6-0.
I think they're down a little bit.
I don't see any other O's.
I think you overlooked one.
Overlooked them?
Unless it up.
There are 16 districts, so give me.
Unless it updated.
Okay.
Eastern part of the state.
I'm not seeing.
Not far from Porm.
I see some ones, but I'm not seeing any O's, zeros. Who's on your mind? Warner. The Eagles
have them at 4-0 when I looked.
And
like I said, there could have been scores reported.
You're right. 4-0. There it is. There it is.
Recording.
Carson Foreman's Eagles are perfect 4-0. Closest game they've had was Poto. Other than that, they've scored double digits in all their ball games. So, very convincing so far.
They'll be coming to the festival in Oklahoma City at Hall of Fame this week. So they'll be facing. Take a look at their competition there, Chris, if you would.
Sure.
Coming up,
Grove, Hera, and Comanche.
Those would be some pretty good tests for Warner for sure. But Warner's not one of those teams that you really put in your radar for sports a whole lot. But the ladies at Warner said, "Wow, watch this."
Yeah, Class A football, if I remember correctly. Yeah. So, Rafe Watkins coached there a couple of years ago. So I've actually driven through. I've gone to that Sonic and Warner many times. Yeah.
What Sonic have you not been to? I think you drink the most sweet tea of anyone that Sonic has, right? Yeah, you can send us a check for sponsorship.
Well, that's why it went like this.
Oh yeah.
Not that you can't tell with the white cup and the blue baby
straw.
blue. Yeah.
Kind of gives it away, huh?
What school do you think of when you see the baby blue?
I think of Otaha.
I didn't. Two come to my mind.
Okay.
Western Heights.
Okay.
And O'Keene.
Okay. Otaha.
Otaha's a good one. My first ever state championship game in baseball to umpire was Otaha.
Which, kind of getting off the subject, did you see the young man got called? When the Otaha Rodden's boy got called up?
Oh, I did see that. Yeah, I did see that.
But nonetheless, there's a lot of great teams, and just because we highlighted the undefeated teams, that doesn't mean that there aren't a bunch of quality teams out there. And
if Choctaw Mustang are not undefeated, I mean
that tells you all you need to know right there.
That's why we love competition. Schedule up.
It'll be interesting. Well, I'll count the numbers up of the ones that we have that are undefeated throughout this right here, and we'll see next week's show how many we lose.
Yeah. I do that in football.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I do that in football.
Kind of what I was thinking. Yeah. This information was put together pretty quickly, but and thanks to the coaches that do accept my game changer request and allow me to look at the stats. So like I said, I'm not doing it to try to use information if Chandler might play your particular team somewhere down the road. I'm just doing it for what we're doing here on the Huddle. and just trying to promote the game of softball.
Andy Powell, is he on your short list of coaches to have on the show?
Andy is he'll be week 6, I think.
Okay.
He'll be. I know you want Andy on,
Yeah,
so we'll have Andy on.
There's a lot of stories we can't share, umpiring stories that we can't share. His brother Bill has some really good umpiring stories, but Andy might have some of the best umpiring stories that we've worked together.
I mean,
with.
if you don't know Andy, I mean, he's the creme de la creme. I mean, he's one of the best dudes on planet Earth, and always pleasant to be around and funny. And he's got stories galore, that's for sure.
Yeah,
and a great softball program.
Yes, Dell Pirates are 7-0 to begin the year, one of those undefeated teams as well. And
how are they going to fare with that new ADM, Chris?
Yeah, we're going to see him move up in basketball. Mm-hmm. Yeah, moved up in basketball. Which I think if you're Dell and these teams, even if Washington and Tuttles and the Blanchards, I like maybe move up one day just to see different.
Well, I mean,
just to see different.
And listen, if you want to see different, they're going to get a hold of the Fighting Lee Mayberries at Cassia Hall because they came down to 3A as well for basketball. I know this is a basketball show, but nonetheless, I mean, that's just the dynamic of athletics. I mean, you know, for 2 seasons, you may be in a particular class, and due to your ADM and all the moves that are occurring left and right in every other direction, you it might go up a class or come down a class. I think that we're the top of 2A1 or somewhere in there. I mean,
what's great about softball is you're going to play your district games,
right?
But you can schedule outside of those games as well. That's one you can't really do that a whole lot in basketball because you're only given so many games because you play 3 tournaments. So you're only given so many games that you can go outside of a play.
In football, you get 3 non-district games.
Some get 4.
Smaller schools do.
Well, bigger schools because like a lot of the independents now, some of your Oklahoma City, Tulsa schools are independent, like Enid's independent. So some like Guthrie has 4 non-district football games. But so anyway, it's a fun time of the year. I'm really sick. I'm ready. I'm done with this weather. So done with the weather.
It's brutal.
And our first football broadcast is going to be outdoors. So I'm already drinking water for that one a couple weeks away. But as I mentioned,
maybe that'll change.
Maybe. So, all right. I think we've got everything wrapped up in a nice little package here for week number 2 of the High School Huddle. Cannot emphasize enough, please share and tell your friends to subscribe. You're driving on your bus. There's no cell phones in Daggum school, so that takes away some views. But if you're driving the bus, watching this, tell your friend, hey, go to YouTube and hit subscribe. If you're in the car headed to a big-time softball game, one of these tournaments, hey, hit subscribe. It helps out. And I guess
it's really easy to do.
Just it's free. It's free. That helps too.
Doesn't cost you anything.
And from my understanding, if you hit the thumbs up button, it helps as well. So I don't know, but do all that for us. We certainly appreciate it.
Well, I appreciate it again this week and a lot of fun. And again, thanks to Coach Tylor Lampkin and Asia Cole. I think will hopefully be our guest next week in Oilton. As we're going to try to cover all the classes. And
I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah. So she's a Wichita State alum.
Okay.
I think she had a small stint at Oklahoma State, but like I said, I plan on speaking to her more so and get some background information, and we'll have her on here on the High School Huddle softball edition. That's
perfect. And you know the show's official when you have High School Huddle softball note cards.
I have to put one of these. Yeah.
It's official. Official. So
official.
All right. Thanks for spreading the word. We appreciate that. As Tony mentioned, big thank you to Coach Lampkin of Washington join us. And be sure to check out the High School Huddle football show. Also, that is Wednesday nights at 6 o'clock, softball, 7 o'clock on Thursday nights. So we got you covered during this fall season.
I got a surprise for you.
Well, I like surprises. Well, most of the time.
I think you'll like this one.
Okay.
I went to work for you.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Hey, wait a minute. Hold on. Time out. Time out before we get out here. I like swag too. I mean, the High School Huddle football show I see all this stuff in Chris's office in the studio here. I wear 2X shirts.
2X?
Well,
I was mentioning, it's kind of covered up. I do got the High School Huddle
logo
on the shirts.
Where's our softball ones?
I know we need to get softball ones. Actually, I didn't order these. I have to talk to our merchandise. Phil Nichols guy. He leads our merchandise collection there. So yeah, we need to get some High School Huddle softball shirts.
I may wear a Texas A&M shirt. I got one of those in the mail the other
Okay,
day.
let's get this show over with.
Goodbye.
Texas A&M. That came out of nowhere.
No, there's a reason.
Okay. All right. Appreciate you checking us out, and we'll talk to you next week here on the High School Huddle. So long.
See you.